Hey guys, Stephanie with AmericanMuscle.com here with a review of the NGK Iridium Spark Plugs for 2011 and newer GT Mustangs and 2012 to 2013 Boss Mustangs. These NGK Iridium Spark Plugs have a heat range of 7, which is one heat range cooler than the factory plugs. Being a cooler plug, these plugs are going to be a go-to option for those forced induction coyotes out there or a nitrous car. So a turbo, supercharger, or nitrous build would need the step cooler plug. If you have a naturally aspirated build and you're looking for a performance plug, I would suggest the NGK Laser Iridium plugs because those are still at a heat range of 6, which is what you need for an NA car. So heat range is something that's important to pay attention to when you're shopping for a spark plug. Different builds and setup require different heat ranges. It all depends on your mod list. The heat range of the plug is where the plug works well thermally, and of course your modifications or lack thereof will determine the temperature where the spark plug will be operating. You want to make sure that you're getting a plug in the right heat range so the plug can function normally and so you won't have fouling or pre-ignition. The heat range of these plugs is 7, and the way NGK labels their plugs is kind of opposite. The lower the number, the hotter the type of plug. The higher the number, the cooler the type of plug. These spark plugs still have a copper core electrode, and the iridium is in the tip of the plug. Iridium is a very strong material and has a high melting point, which makes it perfect for the performance-based applications. The core and the iridium tip are going to be the determining factors of the heat range of the plug. When it comes to price, you can expect to pay just south of the $100 mark for a set of 8 plugs. This is the same as what you can expect to pay for other brands of plugs for forced induction cars, so I wouldn't say that the price is crazy here. Both Ford Performance and Brisk make offerings for Boost, and they're very close in price, so the NGK here isn't your only option, but they are your only option if you're specifically looking for an iridium plug. As far as the install goes, this is an easy install and it's a 1 out of 3 wrenches in the difficulty meter. You need a few tools and some anti-seize for the spark plug threads. The coils will need to come off so you can disconnect the electrical plugs and unbolt each coil pack. Once the coil packs are out of the way, you have access to the spark plugs. If you want, you can use some PB Blaster to help loosen the plugs up before you dive in with your socket to remove the plugs. I would suggest pulling one at a time and replacing each old plug with a new, freshly gapped plug with anti-seize on the threads. Reinstall the coil packs, plug them back in, and that's all it's going to take. Wrapping things up here with the NGK Iridium Spark Plugs, these plugs have an iridium tip and a heat range of 7, which makes them a colder plug. They're perfect for forced induction or nitrous cars. As always, you can check them out more online right here at AmericanMuscle.com.